Good morning, crypto land. Welcome to paradise. Sort of, maybe not quite. Well, that was fun. I was kind of hoping I'd wake up and see 48,000, but, well, 44,000, what can you do? It wasn't totally unexpected that we would go down before we go up. Yeah, that happens a lot to us, doesn't it? Oh, well. Good morning, everyone. I think Tyan is on. I'm sure there's probably a couple of other people who are on. Go ahead and push up to the live. I'll probably, meander for a bit if you want to. I see a lot of you guys are doing the playback. You can go ahead and push the live button, and you probably won't miss anything. Yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. Good morning, Tyan. There you are. You're probably in your car watching. To watch the road. Be safe. Safe driver. I was up till god-awful hour of 4 a.m. last night. Did my nightclub shift up working till 2 a.m. Slinging cocktails, and then it takes another hour to close the bar down. So that's what we do. That's what we do in New York. 2 days in a row now. Hey man, yeah. So here's the deal. I'm gonna try to do these. They're gonna be somewhat random. It's just how it's gonna be. I managed to get at least 6 hours of sleep, a little bit of coffee in my system, and see if we can do it. So heck, why not? They say if you're trying to do a channel, just do the channel. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. A couple of you have probably popped up to live at this point, so I will start getting into the fun of it all. So that's the Bitcoin chart with a lot of squiggly lines on it and other things. It's got the 200-day EMA, 200-day SMA, which we were so excited about, kind of bouncing above, and now we're under, which was not something we didn't think was possibly going to happen. These things happen. It's just testing it and trying to turn it into... You see over here when it was dealing with it and trying to bust above it, it did try to get above a couple of times. Now we're trying to keep bouncing on top of it, and we broke down. The Bears managed to get some energy going. Yay, Bears? I don't know. The Chicago never does too well. What can you do? Anywho, yeah, so I double-checked here. The last time we did kind of one of these breakdown-y things, we were at about 12% dip. I plotted out 12%, and lo and behold, it is also almost exactly the same as the 618 on the fib. Go figure. I really don't like it when the tea leaves do things that make you think that they're making sense, because it's really kind of annoying. It's really annoying. So let's see here. Let's just get rid of some of my tea leaves, because there's too many things on this thing now, and I don't even know what half of them mean. So swing low, swing high. There is a chance that maybe we break down, maybe bounce off of that. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is I'll just buy more. Good morning, Kevin. Hope you're well. Good afternoon, Carl. Yes, just blame it on Tyan for dumping. Yeah, right. Hey, Crypto Bois. Love from the UK. Well, love from the USA. And loving an elevator. Loving it up as they're going down. I guess Governor Cuomo can't play that song anymore. Whoops. So all sorts of stuff. Coinbase is oddly down in value. I don't know. Is that even the stock? I think that's not the stock. That's the stock. I don't like looking at 1 hour charts. Who likes looking at 1 hour charts? They're all so weird and scary. Yeah. Coinbase, which should be even higher as a stock because it's making so much money with so little staff. And it's not, because nothing makes sense anymore. Dominance is down on Bitcoin. Go figure. Dominance is down more on Ethereum. And Cardano dominance is down more than the rest of them. Go figure. All right. Well, Cardano dominance was up quite a bit yesterday. Cardano is not down that badly today. It really isn't. And something we can see here on Total 3 is that Total 3, again, it's Bitcoin and Ethereum that are getting pinged the hardest. The rest of the crypto market is not down as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think it's fair to say we have somewhat of an alt market going. Hello, all DexStrats members. Yes, we do like having everyone here. So now that everyone's here, yeah, I'm the Crypto Apostle. We, a lot of the guys who are on this channel, and women, I'm sure there are maybe some women, they're part of the DexStrats community. We do algorithmic bot trading. So mainly this TA stuff doesn't matter too much to us because the bot is trading 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is on Crypto Hopper. You will see the link in the description for Crypto Hopper, also the marketplace where you can see the DexStrat strategies. And also, you can see all sorts of other stuff down there. I use Shapeshift for getting a hold of things I'm not supposed to have in New York State. And there's a little referral link there. And when I'm doing my Bitcoin-based trading, I use Bitsgap, which is a grid bot. It is a grid bot, which does fairly well when you're trying to do Bitcoin-based. Not everyone believes in Bitcoin the way I do and other people do, and they're all ready to sell at the top of the market. So doing Bitcoin-based trading may not necessarily be for you because you might not want more Bitcoin. I do. I'll take your Bitcoin. Thank you very much. What do you think of FTT? What is FTT? What is FTT? FTT US dollars. Is it even traded on a... Oh, it's traded on FTX token. Oh, is that the new FTX trading platform's version of doing a stock? Their 200 is about to cross their 100. Everything seems to be moving up quite rapidly. I like FTX. FTX just bought Blockfolio. So instead of looking at my portfolio in Blockfolio, now I'm looking at it in something called FTX. I think they also just bought the naming rights for the Miami Heat Stadium. I may be wrong. And also, I mean, it should be going up because they're paying Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, to be their spokesperson. So, yeah, bring more money into them so that they can keep bringing more people into the crypto industry. You know, the more people that are here working in the industry and investing, we're here to stay. And as a really great article put it about 2 days ago, if they're willing to tax us, they think we're going to be around for a long time. So, yeah, as much as it's kind of a pain in the butt what's going on in D.C., they think we're here to stay. And that should make all of us feel a lot better, should boost the morale, and maybe even boost the market. Be great. Come on, boost the market. I don't know. You know, these things, they go up, they go down. Will FTX token keep going up? Maybe. The guy who is the CEO of FTX or the owner of FTX was on one of the channels I listened to the other day. He was interesting. He's an interesting guy, you know. Sudden big green candle on Bitcoin, hopefully. I could do with a sudden green candle. What's your opinion on the Poly network hack and the return of half the funds from the hacker? Oh, he returned half the funds. I haven't even gotten through all the news yet. That's good to hear. They'll track him down still. People don't quite realize that. And I was talking to a guy yesterday who works at the club about Bitcoin. And he was talking, oh, you know, it's anonymous and private. And it's like, no, it's not quite anonymous and private yet. If you went and you stole all these funds, they will know your wallet addresses. They know the transaction IDs. They will know where the funds go. If you are a hacker and you are trying to do this, you better know where you're fencing those funds so fast before the network catches on that they can't blacklist them. And there would technically be ways that you could probably do that, as long as you're not dealing with the Ethereum network at the minute. because those fees are ridiculous. I mean, come on, $600 million. Right now, I'd love to be claiming rewards from a liquidity pool, but I can't because to claim the rewards, it costs just as much in Ethereum. These fees are ridiculous. Come on. So yeah, I mean, maybe he'll return all of them. Maybe they won't string him up. But really, like, the crypto community is huge. People will find you. That money is useless to you. It's useless to you. It's not like you just held up an armored truck and got a bunch of dollar bills that they can't blacklist immediately. You can't just move it like cash. They will prevent you from fencing that money. They will. Yeah, so odd. Half the funds are back. That's interesting. Well, hopefully their network security gets fixed. Really. And things like this are probably going to happen, which is why we should all probably be pretty wary of some of the DeFi platforms. Maybe some of them, the security's not quite there yet. I know there was an article about possibly why it happened on Crypto Potato or CoinDesk this morning. So I was going to, the $600 million Poly Network hack, what exactly happened and what investors should be aware of. So I was going to pick that up, but I really haven't even read through stuff quite yet because I'm just waking up, man. And I was happy to see that, like, Matic wasn't really down that far. So I know at least my Matic positions are doing pretty well. Do you guys have any positions that are surviving well during this brief, slight, barely a downturn? I'd love to know. I've got some oddball positions I've been playing around with, so I think I'm getting a direct message. Yeah. Oh, well, Killer Whale Guy. Oh, he checked out. That's great. Thanks for coming by, man. Thanks for coming by the channel. So yeah, Crypto Potato has got this quick article. It's a good one. I like it. I'll read it. Yeah, how do we avoid this? I think that's the thing. Like we're in the education period of this market, and so many of us are so early. We're all so early, and we're in the education part of this market, and we're going to have to understand how some of these things run. I am looking at 2 different swaps right now for ADA because I'm really excited for when smart contracts come in, and there are options for making some money off of providing liquidity, which is fairly high risk, but at the same point, decent returns. Cardano is doing well. Yeah, Cardano's still at $1.72. It probably has not turned down too badly. Although I don't like seeing the dominance drop. I mean, it was up so high yesterday. These things, it pumped. I mean, it's down 8%. Screw, who cares? Who cares? I mean, come on, look at those giant green candles over the course of 2 days. And so for one day, it decides to go sideways. Maybe it goes sideways for the next week. I really don't care. I hope it does. It'll make me happy. Hey, Carl, Luna has been rather good to me lately. Bought at $6. Good for you. All tied up in Terra Station at the moment. Could let me know a little bit more about that. What is Terra Station? There's so much to know about everything at this point. Oh, wow, you're doing well. Good for you. $18 yesterday. You 3x'd already. Good for you. I wish everyone had these stories. I mean, those of us who've been around for a couple of years have plenty of these stories, but like, that's just fun to see. Wow, and you probably didn't even have to buy that long ago. Yeah. What is Luna? Please tell me it's got like a fixed supply and everything else. No, don't do that. I always hate when I push my buttons on my mouse and it tries to go back. Brought a smile to my face, I can tell you. Yeah, it does. When these things like I was smiling all day yesterday because I closed a couple of my bags. all of us are happy when we're closing our bags, you know. And what happened this morning? I go in, some of my new bags are down a ways, and I went. And so my new strategy when I'm dealing with this stuff, and for those of you who may not necessarily be doing a trading program, we'll have positions, and I'm going to throw out a number there and say the position's at $100. Well, it uses dollar cost average, which is not exactly what that term means, but it basically doubles down, like if you were gambling. Doubles the position down. So say my $100 position is down 20%. It doubles down the position, and now it's down only 10%. So what I've been finding as most of my reserve funds are tied up now is that if I split that position and say, take the $100 position and split it into a $50 position, now it doubles down to $100. It'll take a little bit longer to get rid of some of those positions, but some of this is just really dealing with keeping your morale high. So if you're on the forum, Zigma is the one who kind of pointed this out to me, and he's been doing it. A couple of others have been doing it. Again, not financial advice, but finding that it's closing positions a little bit better and just able to keep things moving. Sometimes it's just nice to have a positive mood. Now, granted, I will say that I know there are some people who are trading with minimum amounts, and so if I would assume that basically your position sizes have to be $30 to be able to split them and then double down, because the minimum transaction for most of you, because most of you are on Binance, is $15. So $30 position, split, double down. You get the math. I'm not good at math. I can count to 8. I took too much ballet in college. Terra Station is where you can stake Luna and get returns on that in multiple coins. Worth looking at. Ooh, interesting. I probably don't have access to it. Quite frankly, I'm in New York State, so BitLicense prevents us from having access to some of these things. The closest I can get is doing wrapped Ethereum with Shapeshift. If you want to try Shapeshift and you're also in New York, it is an app. It's available on the App Store, and my referral link is in the info of this video. So go try that out. Let me have 10 Fox. Fox tokens are cool. We're all so new to this market that some of these things, just playing around, have some play money, play around, learn how the system works, learn all of these new tools, learn liquidity pools. Don't put a lot, just, understand that there's impermanent loss. There's a chance you could lose everything you put into it. But experiment with these things, learn them, and then maybe you'll find different tools that you'll be using in the future to improve your personal financial position. Not huge returns, but returns nonetheless. Yeah, the Shapeshift right now, the liquidity pool is like 220% APY, which is not bad. Back in July, it was allegedly 1,100%, which is just absolutely insane. And it's proving to be a really interesting education point on impermanent loss. It's kind of like when I did a lowball mining contract with Genesis 5 years ago for Dash, and that may or may not have ever. I don't even know what the value of Dash is these days. I think I ended up with like 1/10 of a Dash. For $60, I ended up with 1/10 of a Dash, and it is 171. So if Dash gets up to like $600, which it got up to almost 500. Gee whiz. I almost made my money back. If I can get a hold of it. Some of those things are ridiculous too, because they're old wallets and they need to synchronize and get the whole blockchain on them, and it takes hours and days and stuff and all sorts of fun. So yeah, things are getting a little quiet. Thank you guys for coming on. Again, I'm going to be doing these kind of randomly in the mornings usually, just kind of depending on what the schedule looks like. I'm going to have to flip around the graphics, so I've got something that's a little bit more non-specific and doesn't special message as if I'm doing something weird. Yeah, market's going to go up, market's going to go down. What are you going to do? Just a reminder that, last December, Bitcoin was at $10,000. We've 4x'd from that. Ethereum was under $1,000, I think. It's well over 3x'd. We're doing well. We're okay. Guys, we're going to be okay. Get your long positions and focus on your long positions. Anytime the market is down, just focus on your long positions and building those up, because that's really, in the end, what is going to change your life is those 5-year positions and those 10-year positions. Yeah, I'm happy to bring him back there, Mr. Bois, and I will keep trying to do them. So I keep getting reminded that, what do you think of the current craziness with NFTs? I think of the same thing that I thought of ICOs. I wanted to get involved with some of them, but I couldn't because I'm in New York State. Now, with NFTs, I'd rather own the exchanges that they're on. So that would be owning Chili's. I wanted to get a hold of some Chili's, but way back when that was released, but could not because I'm in New York State and don't have access to it. Owning an NFT, I probably would not. Do I think the technology has something to it? Yeah, I do. I'm a photographer. I make movies for a living. That's my actual stuff I like to do. And I could see NFTs serving a purpose in that regard, especially for photography, where your camera prints each image as an NFT as it's made. And then you can edit it as the creator to have only 20 copies, and that every time a copy is sold or traded, you receive a certain monetary remuneration for that. I think that's really great. I think that the technology has a lot of future to it, but I don't think that I will ever want to own 5% of a Banksy or something, or, own these pixel arts. I'd rather go on the App Store and just buy Kairosoft games and play a pixel art game. That's just me. But NFTs, they're probably here to stay. Will they be worth the same thing? Probably not. A lot of people are blowing money on them, but these are people who have money to blow anyways. So it is one of those things where when you're in a gold rush, it's good to be the person selling shovels. So that's why I wanted to own shares in an exchange. Or I think figure out what that shovel is. What is it with the NFT market that is the shovel? Maybe in this case, it's being a content creator and selling NFTs, figuring out what people are going wild about and selling, NFTs and hodling up that Ethereum, getting Ethereum, which I think is cool. Go for it. Do it. Yeah. So I hope you guys had a, hard to enforce. No, there's really no alternative ways for people to get in New York City. You could use VPNs and stuff like that. That gets wonky, whether you really want to get down that rabbit hole and deal with potentially other issues later. I know there was at one point, I think it was Binance, some people were using a VPN to get into Binance or Bybit and got figured out and accounts got locked. So I'm not really into losing accounts. I'm more than happy to kind of bend the rules and do what I have access to. But when it comes to flat out breaking the rules and then having the potential of getting locked out of things, I just don't have much interest in that. I just don't. I guess maybe my risk aversion is on the moderate side. I'm risk averse towards VPNing it. Now, does that mean that I would possibly look at property and own property somewhere outside of New York so I had access to these things? Most definitely. And my kind of 4 or 5 year plan is to have access to property that then means I don't have to deal with BitLicense anymore. We've got all sorts of people tuning in. Please say hi. H5N1NL. Are you trying to remind us that the flu virus is more dangerous? Ooh, can't get into talking virus talk. Let's not do that. Don't want to get in trouble. Get my channel pulled. No politics. I think everyone's got their own risk aversion. And anytime I'm talking to people about crypto and such, I talk about risk aversion. Are you risk averse towards an 80% drop? And a lot of people are risk averse to that. People are risk averse to a 50% drop. I'm not. I've been in the market for like 6-7 years now. I'm used to it. It goes down, I just buy more. Each market I look for kind of the lower cost things that I can start hodling a couple thousand of just to have them, because I think they could go somewhere. But I have mostly Bitcoin. I mean, I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, those are kind of the future of things. Maybe Matic will do something. Maybe it won't. Maybe VeChain will do something. Maybe it won't. I don't know if VeChain... it'd be nice if VeChain got added to Coinbase so I didn't have to go somewhere else for it. But hey, we do what we do. So anywho, I keep getting warned that I get cut off in such a weird, awkward manner. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is going to put up a splash screen, random concept, and then we're going to do that. So you guys have a lovely day. Take care of yourselves. Go out, take a walk the dog, stop looking at the charts, and for God's sakes, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out, and it will make you feel a lot better. So take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.